If you're struggling to build muscle, it's not because of your genetics and it's not because you don't have the potential that these other people have. You're making avoidable mistakes that are actually holding you back from making the gains that you want. Today, I'm gonna break down 5 things that you need to stop doing if you actually wanna see real muscle growth. So the number one killer of gains is gonna be not eating enough. I see this all the time. Guys are in the gym, they're training hard, but they're under eating. The best that you can do if you're not eating enough calories is maybe maintain your muscle, but even then you're likely losing muscle instead of building muscle. You need to be in a surplus of at least a few hundred calories if you want to be packing on size quickly. You can't build size if you're not in a surplus, and eating at maintenance calories and wishful thinking is not going to put on the mass that you actually want. So track your calories, eat 300 to 500 calories over maintenance, prioritize protein and carbs, beef, eggs, rice, and fruit. Now, the second thing you need to avoid is program hopping. You're not gonna make progress without being consistent. You need to be progressive overloading to put on real size. You can't be switching programs every week and expect to make gains. You need to be tracking your lifts, and you need to be beating the lifts you did last time by weight or reps. And this takes time. Sometimes you'll hit the same exact reps or weight that you did last time, but because you're staying consistent on the same program, you're gonna be progressive overloading over time. You're gonna see your strength increase and your muscle mass is gonna start to increase as well. So because the real muscle comes by progressive overloading over time, stick to the same program for at least 12 to 16 weeks. Focus on adding weight, adding reps, and improving your form. These are all ways to progressive overload a lift. The third thing you need to do is avoid over-relying on isolation movements. Your workouts are mostly curls, lateral raises, or flies. You're missing out on a lot of growth potential. Base your training around your compounds. You can do isolation movements, but base your training on things like presses, squats, deadlifts, rows, and pull-ups. Add your isolation movements after you've handled your bigger, heavier lifts. Now, this fourth thing you need to avoid, I'm gonna say it until the end of time, so you're no longer under eating on calories. Now you need to stop under sleeping, because muscle actually grows outside of the gym. You will never be able to out-train bad recovery, especially if you're a natural athlete. You need to get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep, because trash sleep will lead to horrible gain. Prioritize 8 hours of sleep, no phone before bed, and try and get outside in the morning first thing and get the sunlight in your eyes. This will help with your circadian rhythm. It will also increase your dopamine, making you feel more energized and ready to go at the start of the day. Now, the fifth thing you need to avoid is having a fear of carbs and fats. Every bodybuilder, every lifter prioritizes protein, but carbs and fats, they're fuel for growth as well. If you're trying to build muscle on a clean, low carb and low fat diet, you are 100% leaving gains on the table. This is a mistake I wish I avoided in the beginning of my lifting journey. Carbs will fuel your training and your recovery, and the fats will support your hormone levels. Beef, eggs, rice, potatoes, and fruits, they're simple and powerful muscle building tools. And with your hormones and your energy in check, you're gonna be able to build more muscle. So if you want to build muscle faster, you need to stop under eating. You need to pick a program, stay consistent with it, stick to it for a few months. Stop chasing all these trendy isolation movements, these crazy lifts. Stick to the basics. Start with the compounds, end with your isolation lifts. Stop eating and sleeping like garbage. Your recovery and your muscle growth are suffering because of this. You don't need to be scared of eating food. You're in the gym. You're gonna be using the calories you eat. You're gonna be burning them off. You need the calories. You need to be eating to grow. If you fix these 5 mistakes, I promise the gains will come faster. If you have any questions at all, please reach out to me on Instagram. I'm more than happy to help you guys. I didn't really have anyone to help me out in the beginning. And if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, because we're building the best version of you right here, right now.